Please, my child, help me carry the.
You witch, how do you expect me to carry this?
Child, beauty is a blessing. But when pride enters it, even the mirror begins to lie. She was so beautiful that everyone bowed down to her beauty. I am the most beautiful girl in this village. Worship me, she screamed. The villagers watched in disgust as this proud girl insulted her own mother, refused to walk, and acted like a queen. But what happened to her 3 days later made the entire village weep. Her face, her precious face that she worshipped more than God, was destroyed forever. And the lesson she learned came too late. This is the story of Adanna, the girl whose pride became her curse. In a small village in eastern Nigeria, there lived a girl named Adanna. She was 16 years old and blessed with extraordinary beauty. Smooth dark skin. Perfect features. Long natural hair. She was truly beautiful. But that beauty became a curse because it filled Adanna with terrible pride. Adanna believed she was better than everyone in the village. She refused to help her mother with farm work. She refused to fetch water like other girls. She refused to sweep the compound. Every time her mother asked her to do anything, Adanna would respond with the same cruel words. I am too beautiful to work like a common village girl. These hands are too precious to carry firewood. This body is too perfect to bend down and farm. I was born to be worshipped, not to walk. Her mother, a humble widow who struggled to feed them, would cry quietly every night. The woman worked herself to exhaustion farming alone while her only daughter sat under the tree admiring herself in a broken mirror. But Adanna's pride didn't stop there. Every morning, she would walk to the village square and demand that everyone acknowledge her beauty. She would stand in the center and shout at the top of her voice. I am Adanna, the most beautiful girl in this village. In this entire region. Look at me and bow down. Worship my beauty. Young men who tried to greet her politely were insulted. Don't speak to me unless you're rich enough to deserve my beauty, she would say. Young women who tried to befriend her were mocked. Why would I associate with ugly girls like you? You'll make me look bad. Even elderly people who tried to advise her were disrespected. What can an old, ugly person teach me? I am beauty itself. I am perfection. The village elders warned her mother. Your daughter's pride will bring destruction. Pride always comes before a fall. But Adanna's mother had no control over her daughter anymore. Then one day, everything changed. A traveling merchant came to the village. He was a handsome, well-dressed man who seemed wealthy. When Adanna saw him, she immediately decided he was worthy of her beauty. She approached him with her usual arrogance. I am Adanna, the most beautiful girl you will ever see. You should feel honored that I'm speaking to you. The merchant looked at her and smiled strangely. You are indeed beautiful. But your beauty is wasted on such an ugly heart. Adanna was furious. How dare this stranger insult her? You will regret those words. My beauty is a gift from the gods. I am meant to be worshipped. The merchant's smile faded. His voice became cold. You worship your own face more than you worship God. You treat your mother like a slave. You mock everyone around you. Let me tell you something, proud girl. True beauty is in the heart. And your heart is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Adanna screamed at him. Get out of my sight. You're not worthy to look at my face. The merchant stared at her one last time and said something that made the watching villagers shiver. You love your face so much. Let's see how much you love it soon. Then he disappeared into the forest. Nobody ever saw him again. That night, Adanna went to sleep as usual, still admiring herself, still proud, still cruel. But when she woke up the next morning, she felt a burning sensation on her face. She touched her cheeks and screamed. Something was wrong. She ran to her broken mirror. And what she saw made her scream even louder. Her face was covered in terrible sores. Red, swollen, painful sores all over her beautiful face. Her smooth skin was destroyed. Her perfect features were hidden under horrible wounds. "Mama! Mama! What's happening to my face?" she cried. Her mother rushed to her and gasped in horror. She immediately took Adanna to the village herbalist. The herbalist examined her and shook his head. "This is not a natural sickness. This is spiritual. Someone has cursed her." They tried every medicine, every herb, every treatment. Nothing worked. In fact, the sores got worse. Day by day, Adanna's face became more and more destroyed. The girl who had demanded worship now couldn't even look at her own reflection. The girl who had called everyone ugly was now the one people looked away from in pity. The face she had loved more than anything was gone. For the first time in her life, Adanna was humble. She cried day and night. Not just because of her destroyed face, but because she finally understood what she had lost. She had wasted years being cruel and proud instead of being kind and grateful. She called her mother and fell at her feet, something she had never done before. "Mama, forgive me. I was wicked to you. You worked so hard for me and I treated you like dirt. I'm so sorry, Mama." Her mother held her and cried. "I forgive you, my daughter. I always forgave you." Adanna also went to everyone she had insulted. The young men she had mocked. The young women she had scorned. The elders she had disrespected. One by one, she apologized to them all. "I was proud and foolish. I thought my beauty made me better than you. But now I see that I was the worst person in this village. Please forgive me." The villagers, though shocked by her transformation, forgave her. They saw genuine remorse in her tears. Then Adanna did something that amazed everyone. She began to work. She helped her mother on the farm. She fetched water. She swept the compound. She did all the work she had refused to do for years. And she did it without complaint, despite the pain from the sores on her face. 3 months passed. The sores remained, but Adanna had completely changed. She was now the most humble, hardworking, kind girl in the village. People who had once avoided her now came to her for advice on humility and gratitude. Then one morning, Adanna woke up and felt different. She touched her face. The sores were gone. Completely gone. She ran to the mirror and couldn't believe her eyes. Her face was healed. But it wasn't the same face as before. She was still beautiful, but different. The arrogant, proud beauty was gone. In its place was a gentle, humble beauty that came from within. Her mother cried tears of joy. "Your face is healed, but more importantly, your heart is healed." The villagers celebrated Adanna's transformation. And from that day forward, she lived differently. She remained humble. She worked hard. She respected everyone. And whenever young girls in the village became proud of their beauty, the elders would tell them the story of Adanna. The story of the girl who learned that pride destroys, but humility restores. That beauty of the face means nothing if the heart is ugly. That work is honorable, not shameful. And that no matter how beautiful you are, if you're cruel and proud, you're truly ugly. Remember this lesson: pride comes before destruction. No matter how blessed you are, stay humble. Respect your parents. Respect everyone. Because the gift God gives you can be taken away in an instant if you misuse them. Beauty fades. Youth passes. But character lasts forever. And a humble, kind heart is more beautiful than the most perfect face. This is the story of Adanna. Let it be a warning to anyone whose pride has made them forget their humanity. Kindly subscribe to Midnight Tales by Chi for more interesting stories like this and tell us where you're watching from in the comments.